Hey guys, this is Jacques from Makulu Linux and welcome to another video. So today I want to show you, before I start this video, I want you to know that I'm inside a virtual machine. Okay, I'm inside a virtual machine. I'm not even on real hardware. Now, I've been working around the clock to get our Ubuntu-based Macs build up to date. That's the one that's been adapted for the new Jamie repos, to get it up to date with Debian so that they both sort of on par, because they both have pros and cons, right? And I have it basically almost on par now. I'm very happy with where it is. So that's why you see this where it says Max U Jamie, right? Anyway, I wanted to show you that I'm inside of a virtual machine because today's video is going to be quite hectic. So let's just take this, go exclusive mode, take that bar away so we can continue the video. But just so you know, I'm inside a virtual machine, right? So the reason I'm making this video is not to show you guys voice features, which by the way I should make a video on because we have expanded on that a lot, and I'll get to that later on. Today I want to make a video on something different, and that is a virtual camera. Now, one of the problems I've had when using Linux, and one of the reasons I still continue to use Windows, there are a couple of reasons, but one of the main ones is because I do some online tutoring, lots of video calls online and so forth, and I use Windows tools for that. I can't find a decent virtual cam for Linux, right? So if you're out there and you're, let's do a little here, allow, yes, allow. You can see me, right? Look there. Now, if I have this pointed here, but everybody can see my room, and if I'm at the office, everybody can see everything behind me. If there's a fan, they can see the fan. If people walking, they can see the people walking. And it's very distracting, right? Because I'm trying to look professional, but everything else is in the way here. And in Windows, it's quite easy to fix this because you get these little background removers or these little apps that you can use without a green screen. You just click a button and there it is, and then boom, blur the background or put a fake background. Done. Don't need a green screen, nothing, and it's just done. In Linux, it's a little bit more difficult because there is no app like that for Linux. In Linux, you have to go open OBS, and you've got to download the V4 loopback drivers, and got to install those with the DKMS, and then you got to, this and that, and go read through 100 pages of how to do it, and eventually you get everything up and running, and then the colors are off, and this is off, and nothing's working. You got to troubleshoot everything, and it's a nightmare. Really, it's a professional Linux user will have headaches with that. Pro guys, I'm sure. Now, there are guys that do it, and they've been doing it for a long time, so they've got their setup, they know how to do it. But every time they want to make a movie, they've got to go spend half an hour before the movie just getting everything ready. And what a schlep. In Windows, you just click a button, and it's done. It's 2 seconds. And so it bothered me that this did not exist in Linux. Why is it always so difficult? And so I decided to make a virtual cam that does it. And now I'm going to show it to you guys. So if you click on the main menu, you go to sound and video, you see there it says virtual cam. Virtual camera created by Makulu Linux. Now let's open up this virtual cam. Inside a virtual box. Remember, I'm inside a virtual box. This is a VBox, virtual box. Well, actually VMware, but a virtual box. So as you can see, I clicked it. Let's remove that. Clicked it, open it up, and there I am. One click, doof, done. There's no running commands or anything like that. I simply click the menu and I click the little virtual cam. That's it. And so now you can see I'm on camera, right? You can pretty much see what you saw in the browser just now. You can see here, I've got a little preview window, and you can even select multiple. I've only got one camera plugged in the virtual box at the moment. I have two, but only one's connected. So there's only going to be one in the list, but you can see it there, right? Below you see a bunch of sliders, right? Initially, I created this because I wanted to blur the background, but then I started expanding on it, so I've added a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Now, this is using a nice facial recognition engine to actually focus on a person, so it actually cuts you out pretty nice, right? Now, it's pretty dark here where I am, so it is a dark room, but look at this. There's a little slidey. It says set blur amount. Recommended is 25. Look at this. Look at my background just blurring away. Look at that. Look how nicely it cuts me out. Now, of course, it's not 100%. It is quite dark as well. But it does a pretty good job, and that's max blur, right? Don't have to blur that much. You really don't. You just have to blur somewhere around 25. I think 25 is the perfect amount of blur. And then look at that. And you can actually see where it actually detects. There we go. It's losing focus now. And then here it comes back. Focuses on my finger. My finger comes in focus. There goes my finger again. That's out of focus. Just like your camera, the autofocus on your camera. Look at the autofocusing on my finger. So it does a pretty good job. Pretty darn good, I must say. So now, if I'm online and I'm, having a video call, look at that. All I did was I clicked on the menu, opened up the camera, just drag the slider across, blur. Look how cool that is. Right. And you can blur more. You can blur it until there's like virtually nothing there. But the more you blur it, the more these little edges are going to show as well. So 25, maybe 30. I think I'm happy with 25. If there was like a fan there, this side, if there was like a fan there, they wouldn't really see it. They can't barely make out the aircon. Everything's blurred. It's okay. I could blur it more. It's like 30, 33, 34. Now even the pictures are just kind of mush. You can barely see those. Okay, so we have an actual blur camera working. So I'm so happy about this, right? And then on top of that, let's just take that blur down. I don't need it that much. On top of that, we now have a brightness. Look at that. You can set it all the way bright, all the way dark. I mean, I didn't just set it a little bit. You can really, really go all out with this. Like completely black to completely white, right? So you can blur the crap out of this, which is really nice. There's a lot of leeway with brightness. The same with contrast. Look at this contrast you can set on there. Look at the contrast, right? Default is 100. So because I'm in a dark room, I can set this up. I can set it a little higher. I can play with the brightness and I can play with the contrast, just sort of make myself look a little bit more. And then you've got the gamma. So the gamma just adds to that brightness a little bit, or maybe just gives me that. There we go. And then you've got the saturation, where I can make my skin appear much more, or just, there we go. Maybe set it down a little bit. See, now I appear much brighter now. You can see me, like, I'm in a fairly dark room because it's like, let's see here. It's 8:24. It's almost 8:30 at night. And I've only got the one light in front on. Behind me, it's pitch black. Like if I look around the room, it's pretty dark. But this camera is pretty good at lighting up. And then I've got this set up. Now, another feature that I've added here is called skin smoothing. Now, I don't have a lot of wrinkles, but if you did, not because you're old, some people just naturally have wrinkles. But anyway, if you did, this skin smoothing would kind of, I don't know, you can see it there on my face. Just have a look here. Do you see it there? Look there. I set it all the way down. You can now see my face looks very rough, right? Then I set it up. You can see my face is kind of, look at that. Look how smoothed out it is. Now, you hear the CPU going up because skin smoothing will put pressure on the CPU. Not so much if you just smooth it a little bit, 2, 3, 4, that's okay. It's not too harsh. But once you start going up to 9, 10, it really starts, you need a powerful system for that. But just, you could smooth it out a little bit, there we go. Look at that. It's perfect. The skin looks so much smoother. I've got the, set the brightness, the gamma, the saturation. Let's just reset this all back to 100 there. Set this one to 1.1, I think it was. Set this one to 100 over there. And then set this one back down to 0. So that's where we were. And then, of course, set the blur down to 0 and set the skin smoothing down to 0. So this is our original picture. Okay. So now that I've showed you how this works, look at this. Because this is just a preview. Remember, this is only a preview of the virtual cam. So now we've got all these sliders where you can literally adjust exactly how you want to look. Brightness, gamma, saturation, contrast, skin smoothing. You can set blur your background to just the right level, so forth, so forth. Once you've got all of that set up, you can now go to your third-party app, Zoom or Skype or whatever you use. In my case, it's Google. So you can go to any website where you've got. Let's go set a camera here. So currently it's set to Roku. Look at this. There's virtual cam. You see it? So whenever you get to a website, you just click the camera icon to take you to the settings. And here we can select virtual cam. See, it's detected this camera, this virtual cam. There it is. Detected it there. So now that it's set up there, we can come back here now, refresh that, and there we go. Do you see? There it is. One click, and it was all done. No scripts to run, nothing else. I just open it up, and then I just set it over here with a little camera. That's it. That's it. Now, I can blur the background. Look at that. Whatever I do here now shows in the web browser as well. As you can see, blur the background as much as I want. And then, set the brightness, set the skin smoothing. I mean, I can go crazy. Whatever I do now, it's going to show in this little window over here. So let's set the blur to 25. And let's set the brightness up a little bit. Let's set the contrast a little bit. And then set the gamma and set the saturation down a little bit. And let's smooth that skin a little bit. There we go. So now I'm happy. Now I can tutor. Now I can do voice, voice conference, or a video conference. Whatever I want to do, I can do. Nobody can see my room. Nobody can see the background. And that's it. Look at that. It was just a few clicks. And remember, I'm in a pretty dark room. It's like 8:30 at night. So that's it, guys. Look at that. A virtual camera with just a click. Just a click, right? I just clicked and it's done. If I close this will stop working. Okay, as you can see there, closed it. Now my face is frozen because it's closed. The virtual camera is gone. If I click this little camera now and I go to manage and I refresh here, actually no. If I close the browser, because you've got to close the browser and reopen the browser here again. And there's history. There we go. And I click there and I click this little menu over here. You can see there's my Rapu. The virtual camera is gone. See, it's gone. It's not there anymore. It's gone. Right. Open up again the menu. Go to virtual cam. There it is. Click it. Yay. And then, okay, sorry. It's in use. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's open up here again. Okay, one click. There we go. Done. Okay. That's it. Go back to my browser. Go to my virtual cam here. Start it. And it picks it up. Because remember, I set it as default. I set the virtual cam as default. So the moment it detects the virtual cam, because I went here to manage. Yeah, manage. And you can set your default camera. Then all the websites should use that camera. So I just click there, manage, set my virtual cam. That's it. Now it picked it up automatically. I didn't even have to click set it this time. It's just done. And now the nice thing about the preview window, and the reason why I made this little preview window was, sometimes when you're using a third-party app or even a web browser and you're doing a video conference, you don't always see yourself. You see everybody else, but you can't see what they see when they look at you. So you don't know how much to blur your background. You don't know what settings to set. And you don't know if you've had a terrible night and you look all puffy. You might want to smooth that skin out a little bit and so forth. And so with a window preview, even though you can't see yourself, your camera's on, you can still maximize this because it's running over there. And you can still go and make the adjustments. So you get a little preview window, even though that is on. So you can see both at the same time. So that's it. That's our little virtual camera. This is quite a thing, I tell you, because I don't think this exists in Linux anywhere. You just click a button, done, virtual camera created with all of these, including background blurring, skin smoothing, and all of these extra adjustments. Select your camera, and it just plugs into your third-party app or browser just like that. Nothing else needs to be done. No scripts need to be run. No commands need to be given. No instructions need to be read anywhere. Nothing needs to be filtered or set up. It's all there. One click. Anyway, so that's it, guys. That's my video. I know this was quite long, but I just wanted to sort of illustrate and show you guys what we're putting in Max. Because yes, it is in Makulu Linux Max. So we've got the voice controller in Max, which is huge, huge, huge. We've got widgets in Max. We've got lots of AI tools in Max. We even have the Auto GPT working in Max. As you can see, there is on the desktop Auto GPT, which is the new hot thing. And now we've got this really, really cool virtual camera, which is, and I'm still expanding on it. I might still add more features, but right now it's awesome. Out of the box awesomeness. And so, yeah, so that's it, guys. That's my video for the day. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget to support our project. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and give feedback, and upgrade to Pro. Bye. Cheers. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.